It's rambling time. We're live here on May 29th. I got the actual doobly-doo correct, but as you can see, I'm currently missing our favorite person, Kai. He was the last minute going to come join us, so I think he's still on his way in. But we're here, having fun. This Friday at Gigabytes Cafe. If you are just tuning in, I guess on Facebook or Twitch, what are we? We are Gigabytes Cafe here in Marietta, Georgia. We do a live show here every Friday starting at 11 a.m. where we talk about we demand Kai. Yes, we do. Absolutely, we demand Kai. But we just talk about what's going on in the store, talk about what new products we have coming in, and what all the various events that will be happening throughout the month. And just chatting with you all about games, and if definitely chime in with your thoughts on what we're talking about. And if you have things you want to tell us about, get us off. We ramble. That's the whole thing. We just sit down here and just go nuts. We don't have anything that we necessarily stick to other than talking about all the cool stuff here. Oh, hey, we need 8 new subs. Did we just get a sub? Does it not tell me who's subscribed? Oh, cool. So what's going on? Oh, there's so much to talk about. This past week, I played probably one of my. Got 2 more games probably. It was me. Thanks, John. Without you, this channel would be nothing. Would go nowhere. It feels like your mom subscribing to your channel and watching. Thanks, Mom. 10th edition of Warhammer is wrapping up. I've probably got a couple more games of that I'm going to play, which is funny because I've only played at this point, probably about 6 games of 10th edition. Played a lot more AOS, but I'm interested in flying. The way things have changed with flying, shooting, and cover is all going to be interesting. We've all been watching the various Let's Plays for Squigmar. Exactly. Age of Squigmar. I play Sylvaneth and Skaven, which have been a lot of fun. Especially playing Sylvaneth. I picked them up right as their new faction book dropped. So in the middle of a league, or about that, all of my army changed and I had to relearn it. But I love the new overgrowth feature. I think it's been a lot of fun to play with, especially with how the army interacts with overgrowth. Let's see what's going on. If you have any thoughts on 10th edition, moving into 11th, things that you're scared about or excited about for those for the new edition change and how it may affect your army, let us know. We can check it. We can ramble about it. Other than that, if you had not known about that I kickstarted a game this past February, so just a couple months ago. We're still in the middle of production on that. My editor is currently going through it. I've got a few more things I need to write for that to hand off to him to continue editing, and then it's all artwork and layout. So, been a lot of fun. Wrote the first adventure for that as well, which I will be starting the illustration on that soon as well, because each of for The Crypt Has Opened, if you're not familiar with, is a game in which the world ended not with a bang but with an exhalation of a crypt door. And it is a game that kind of takes place in an alternate 1990s, in which the world is kind of entered this post-apocalyptic state, and where crypt doors literally erupted around the world, unleashing cryptids and evil spirits. But you use magic to fight against these things. This is a TTRPG. Very freeform narrative system designed by myself. And it's been a lot of fun to produce and finally get it kickstarted and launched. And the adventures for these are all, the first 2 pages are actually a little comic. So you would actually show the players the first 2 pages of the comic for them to kind of get an idea of what they're about to jump into. And then the rest of the book is for the Crypt Keeper or the Dungeon Master. So that is currently in production. So we're very excited about everything that's happening with that as it continuously moves forward. And we've been producing some other things, or currently working on some other things. Another one called The Color of Everything, which is a Powered by the Apocalypse game. And I sent that off to what we call the, let's see, how do you produce the physical components of the game? Currently, so since it's a TTRPG, it'll only be a print run through a company called Mixam, Mixam. They are a US-based printer. They do very good stuff. This will be, the form factor is going to be kind of like a trade paperback magazine, styled like a Wizard magazine from the 90s. So it's much easier to find companies that can do that kind of stuff. You know, we're not doing crazy offset printing. My Kickstarter wasn't such a huge run that I needed to go overseas. If it had been, I think one of the companies that had reached out to me called Longpack, which is like one of the top producers or printers in the industry, their minimums were like 3,000 copies, and that was if I hit that point, sure, but we didn't. And then we're also producing a PDF. Did we get to the print? Oh, I gotta look that up. We may have unlocked the print version of the. No, we unlocked the print version of the first adventure book. We didn't unlock the print version of the tarot card for the creatures. So we have like a little tarot card that people can print out that has the cryptids, the 10 cryptids that are going to be in the book. What else? I hope Kai's okay. He said he was going to be here at 11. So I'm stalling for time. Let's just get into this bit here, and we can ramble when he gets here. He said traffic is bad. Yeah, there's a lot of craziness going on. Did he say in chat? Did I miss it? Oh, there it is. You and the puppet. Maybe 11 Central. I'll be there as we're finishing up. He runs in. But talking about RPGs, let's talk about some of the cool things we've got going on RPG-wise. We want to talk about, kind of in that same vein of creating a game and doing some world building. We have some really cool books over on our little bookshelf area, such as the Ultimate RPG Game Master's World Building Guide. This has prompts and activities that will help you put your game together and build your world. So if you're new to game mastering and you're trying to wrap your head around doing some homebrew, making your own stuff, actually it's a pretty interesting, I'm going to get on a ramble on a tangent here. You at home, TTRPG players, do you consider homebrew world building, like having your own setting? Is that homebrew? Or is homebrew only set aside for creating new classes and items and changes to the mechanics of the game? This is a debate I've had. Me personally, I think world building is not homebrew. I think that is inherent in the game itself. I think that is a part of playing TTRPGs, is building your own setting that uses the rules. Whereas making your own magic items and your own monsters and rules changes, that's homebrew. Oh, cool. Is that one of the game master? I think there's like a game mastering's guide to NPCs and like game mastering's guide to towns or stuff like that. Homebrew is stored in the mechanics. Yeah, to me, homebrew is inherently mechanical. It's taking the mechanics of the game and altering them and changing them or expanding upon them in some way. Taking those base components, mechanical components, to build something new. Whereas, I don't know, to me, setting is not homebrew, because for me, especially if we're talking about, D&D specifically, that to me, settings is inherently a part of what the game is. Okay. I wonder if we have it. Homebrew. Oh, I gotta allow your comment. Our auto mod doesn't like the word crap. Homebrew is ignoring crap like the spell plague. And that's taking an existing setting and making changes to it. As again, I'd see that as homebrew, taking something that exists already. But to me, yeah, making your own setting is not homebrew. I don't know. Oh. Bye-bye, bot. Ban. Haha. Eat that. There we go. We don't have time for bots up in here. Any rate, so that said, this is to help you folks that are working on your own setting. So this has like 30 little mini games and thought exercises. So you can have fun doing all this to help you create your game. Fantasy, cyberpunk, X-punk, I guess is what they say here. I'm 2 horses in a giraffe suit. Ah! That's interesting. So where is it? The other head's just down like this. And so these activities will help you set the stage for your world building of your own making. So this is a really great book. We've talked about it last week. I think Microscope is probably one of the best for world building when it comes to collaborative world building. This is where you're going to work with the other players at your table, and you are going to play games together and improv scenes together. Oh, testing the mod. You improv those scenes together to build your setting, and then you choose within the eras that you make. If you want to kind of zone in and hone in on a certain era, you play that. All right. We now have Campaigns and Companions. This is an illustrated guide to the complete role-playing guide for pets. I know we have a lot of pet lovers here in our viewership. So what if your pets could play D&D? And what if they were kind of jerks? Which some pets are kind of jerks. So if there's 2 things geeks love, it is role-playing games and their pets, which we've just talked about. So why not fuse the 2? It's time to grab your dice, dust off the character sheet, and let your cat or dog or guinea pig or iguana or frog. I know who's out there watching. Not Kai.
Kai was busy
Sitting
dealing
in-
with exit 263 being shut down because somebody slammed their car into the wall and caught it on fire.
Oh.
Yeah, so from exit 261 to 263, which for those who don't know, 263 is the exit for gigabytes, took me 13 minutes.
Whoa, just
2
that.
miles. So, but I'm here. Late, but I'm here.
Emily, the Automod caught jerk, by the way. You were testing the Automod a second ago. She wrote poopy doo-doo, testing the censoring, and then wrote jerk, and it was like, we can't have that. Oh, I see. Jerk is censored, but not poo-poo pee-pee.
Correct. It's okay to say that Jeff is a poopy pee-pee head, but not okay to call him a jerk.
Thank you. Everybody's testing the auto mod. I'm allowing these, by the way, because they're hilarious. But, hey, how's it going?
Good.
You doing all right?
Yeah, other than and it's funny because people are always like, well, Kai, if it takes you 40 minutes to get here, why do you leave an hour before your shift? And I'm like, because Atlanta. Like, I left at 10:07.
Yeah.
What?
I don't
11. It's like 11:15.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it took me an hour and 12 minutes instead of 40 minutes like it normally does.
Well, it's because you go through downtown, right?
That's not actually what got me. It was all north of 285 this time around.
Well, I was going to say, though, but that specific area can be hit or miss.
It can be. When I drive, it's okay because it's like 10:30 in the morning.
So you're
it's like
after everybody's gone to work.
But before the rush hour. Unless they're doing road work.
Yeah.
There's like a stretch last summer where every time I went home at night, it took me like an hour and 35 minutes to get home instead of normally 36 at night because they were doing like road work where they had under those bridges, they were like fixing the lights.
Oh, right.
It took them months and months. And like, I know the company that does that because they're in Emily's union. And I was like, you go tell all the people at the meeting, they need to hurry it up. We got to get this done.
YouTube recommended me a video that titles "Why Atlanta Has the Worst Traffic." Yep.
I would, Emily, but Atlanta hates people who live south of Atlanta, and there is no express.
Oh.
I would literally get to use the express for like 2 miles. 3 miles,
because it doesn't start until.
Doesn't start till after 285 on this side.
Yeah. Trying to think I'm thinking about coming from where you're at, because it doesn't start till 75. Like if I'm coming from 285.
Yeah, and I just take 75 the whole way. But it doesn't start till after, it's like right after 285. It's like near the Windy Hill exit.
Yeah.
It is poo-poo pee-pee.
That is poo-poo pee-pee. Poo-poo pee-pee. That is going to be the word of the day. Poo-poo pee-pee.
What were we...
I was rambling.
You were rambling?
I was trying to ramble, and then I was going to talk about world building. So I was talking about these. We were on campaigns and companions.
Okay.
And this is how to basically bring in pets into your role-playing games.
I always like stuff like that.
I'm going to throw this to you. Let's see. Atlanta used to be tied with DC for the worst traffic, but Atlanta probably comes out ahead since it's not the police.
I also think the fact that Atlanta has a weird conglomerate of connecting but not one singular public transit hurts it a lot, because I've told people, like, if it took me an hour and a half regularly to get to work, but I could just take the MARTA train, like, park at a MARTA station, take the train, and then take like a single bus to Giga. I could read. I could work on RPG stuff.
Do all sorts of stuff. Yeah.
It's funny just though to talk about animal companions and pets, because like I feel like everyone's like, yeah, my first character was a ranger because I could have an animal, or a druid because I could have an animal. Like people just want to have animal companions. Of course.
Using a bushel of hamsters to power a small computer to calculate damage rolls. We played it. This was somebody talked about this a second ago, and I missed it. Talking about the 3.5 days, 3.0 days.
I mean, I'm a 3.5 apologist, so I'm a bad.
Well, no, he was a halfling halfling druid with a wolf pet. Okay. And those days, right, as you powered up, their hit dice got bigger.
Yeah.
We actually, and I don't know if this was the way it was supposed to be, but if you looked at the hit dice compared to sizes, hit die was kind of, for animals, was tied to their size. So we just had his wolf get to be huge.
Oh, wow.
Or large. Sorry, large.
Large? Okay.
But he was a halfling, so he was riding it.
He could ride it.
Yeah.
My favorite druid subclass, or prestige class, I should say, was the one that let you turn into swarms with your wild shape, and get to keep swarms as pets. I think it was called like Swarm Master or something.
Swarms were always the best thing to throw at a low level party because they never had an answer for it.
Yep.
Because there was like you really just needed area effect spells or area effect things, and there wasn't.
Master of Many Forms. I mean,
Oh, okay.
that was
Beekeeper
Druid. They had a Druid subclass that let you take a Dinosaur Companion instead of Wild Shape. Yep. Prestige class is vital for interstate commerce. And then they got rid of it. Yeah. Unfortunately,
That's what we did. We lit a blanket on fire. We
Yeah.
lit one of our bedrolls on fire and threw it on the swarm.
that's a good. Yeah, that's a good. That's my favorite thing about RPGs is like creative. You and I have talked about
Yeah.
this. I actually don't have answers to my puzzles when I make
Yeah.
them. I go with what's the coolest thing, and I think sometimes
Letting anyone become a queen.
the same thing is true like that. Someone's like, I want a pet, and you're like, yeah, and you're like, and if you come up with something cool to do with it, like
Yeah.
sure.
Well, I mean, that is all very old school. We went through that one.
Yeah, I was just taking a look.
But this leads me to a question I had about this one and I threw to everybody. Homebrew. Do you consider world building to be homebrew?
So, homebrew is a weird one because, like, if you go back to, like, the original, like, how people used it, it was to separate from a book campaign,
Okay.
right? So, technically, if you're doing anything that's not out of a book, it's homebrew. Like, if you're not doing a module, you're either doing a module or you're
Okay.
doing homebrew. And that was the core difference. So when I think homebrew, all I think to myself is you're not doing a module.
Okay.
Like, even if you're like playing in Faerun or Eberron, if you weren't using a module, it was homebrew because it was your creation of what the quest was, who the villains were, all of that. But now when I think homebrew, like, I do think, oh, we've customized some rules. Like, we've put up some, like, something is odd or different. There's some amount of, like, home rules that we're doing.
See, so here's my distinction is if you're building a setting, that's not homebrew. Because to me, that is inherently a part of the game itself. When I'm talking about 3.5, I'm talking about older editions. 5e, that is not the case. 5e is very much rooted in Forgotten Realms.
Well, I mean, 3.5, even then, like, you were technically in Greyhawk, right?
It's 3.5, yeah. But it was
but
not as in your face.
Yeah, and, like, but they did eventually make, like, a guide to Greyhawk that was, like, a setting. I really think, like, the problem is we don't have actually enough delineations here, because it's like, you know, your first split is, are you using a module book? Are you using I came up with my own adventure?
Right.
Okay. Well, if you're using a module, are you using it as written?
Yeah, because we use the Greyhawk.
Yeah, it was not overt about it, but
they needed something. Like, here's some gods. But, yeah, never once was like... Cause
gods, I mean, some cultural stuff, like, you know...
Well, did you know 4E had a setting?
Officially?
Yes.
I thought it officially was at one point Faerun again.
No. It had I don't remember, but it's like something of the light, or it had an official setting, but they never were... Same thing. They just weren't very overt about it.
Yeah, well...
And it's one of those things I found out much later. They're like, yeah, this is the setting for it. And I'm like, could have fooled me.
So, it's like, are you doing a module or are you doing your own world? Then it's like, are you following the book? Are you... Because, like, I set up, you know, I told you a little
Points of Light. There it is.
Points of Light.
Yeah.
I told you a little about my campaign for Daggerheart, which kind of, like, fell apart because, you know, busy life, the holidays hit, lots of personal stuff going on. But, like, the only thing I had set in my mind was a singular city.
Sure.
And then everything else was going to be, like, based on interactions that happen with
This is a great point to what I'm saying. Your creating of the setting is not homebrew because it's inherently a part of Daggerheart's mission and mechanics. It is.
I mean, yes.
Right.
But
so to me,
I also think, though, because if you look at Daggerheart, it doesn't have modules, so there's nothing. That is the default, right?
Right. But that's what I'm saying. So to me, homebrew though is what you did with, hey, I'm going to turn magical weapons into domain cards.
Okay.
That becomes homebrew because you're taking the mechanics and you're changing them for your home game.
Okay, let's be real. I'm changing them the way that they should have been.
Well, I get you. I've done it myself.
I'll happily make you an entire book about magical items and weapons.
Oh, I did it for my game.
No, I'm talking to Matt Mercer.
Oh.
We know he's a fan. He watches.
Matt, we know you're watching.
God, why am I blanking on that company name now?
Darrington Press?
Darrington Press.
Yeah.
Darrington Press. Happily make you a book about
so
weapons.
Heart of Daggers is a website for you to upload homebrew stuff.
Yeah. I saw that because I want to one day turn my Arbory setting into a campaign frame, but.
Which
it's
was
funny.
not a default campaign setting, a default campaign style, nothing more than a set of assumptions about the world.
And that's the thing is, I can't get on this whole philosophical crusade of mine, but humans are actually really bad at labels despite our extreme desire to label everything, because we want a label to encompass more than it does, right? Like, when you say game store, everyone has a different image of what a game store looks like, right? I know plenty of people who are like, oh, Gigabytes is a games cafe because of all the play space. It's not really even that we have food, it's that we have play space. Genre is just French for gender.
Wow.
Same way with like music. I've gotten on this crusade before. Like, I can show you a song. I can show a song to like 10 different people, and depending on the song, I could get, well, that's R&B. Well, that's hip hop.
yeah.
Well, that's rap. Well, that's pop, or that's whatever.
Genre is tough.
Yeah, and I think the same thing can be true when you're like, well, it's homebrew. Well, what homebrew means to you versus other
Right.
people. But yeah, when someone's like, oh, we're doing a homebrew campaign, I usually think you've done something funky with the rules somewhere.
Well, that's why because of my past, a lot of people that immediately think, oh, Faerun is D&D, or that D&D is Faerun. Like, that is the only setting, and I'm like, stop it. No, you're limiting yourself.
I agree wholeheartedly. I also am a Faerun lover because, like, the Drizzt Do'Urden books as a young...
Oh, see, I hate it.
See, I started reading them, like, in middle school.
Okay.
And I think if you're in middle school, the edgy...
He's the coolest.
Yeah, like, the edgy guy with 2 swords.
A panther.
A panther.
Ravenloft before 5e.
Like, and like, oh, I'm from a dark and broken, mysterious past. And, oh, everyone thinks I'm evil, but I'm not actually evil. I think works really well. But I also think that many times he is the least interesting character of the Companions of the Hall.
See, my issue with Faerun is there are so many ultra powerful people in the world.
Oh, yeah, like
that
when
from a
Elminster's walking around, like...
So then from when I'm running a game, I'm like, there is no reason for you 5 people to be involved in anything world-shattering.
Was your weaponsmith a baker? Yeah, I mean, I'm not gonna say it's perfect, and having reread them, like, it's definitely some moments where you're like, this feels very D&D-y and not the best way, but I will say, like, especially if you're younger, like, God bless, it's just, you know...
Best.
Oh, yeah. We probably can't talk about RPGs all day, though, can we?
No, but we're going to.
We have some more.
We have some more to talk about, because we just got an Alien.
Well, we didn't get in Alien.
Well, we restocked.
Restocked it, yeah.
We restocked Alien because everybody's been asking for it.
Do you know how we restocked it? Have you heard this story?
No.
Same with the One Ring, too.
Did you have to go on eBay?
No. Free League RPG was at MomoCon. And we sent the TCG folks who were there with an order sheet. and he invoiced us to our email, and they picked it up at MomoCon because they didn't want to take it home with them.
Smart. No,
And I was
100%.
And I was like, that was my thing. It was so brilliant. But yeah, that's how we got a hold of the Alien
All
RPG.
right. Very hard to get. Yeah, these and the One Ring. The Alien RPG, from what I've heard from everybody, is that this is probably one of the best RPGs, if not representations of the Alien franchise in RPG form.
I have heard that same thing as well.
The biggest thing with it is, as the game goes on, your D6s start the alien die, which is I think a 6, or 1, whatever on a D6. Yeah. As you're playing, eventually the alien die turns to the 5s and 6s.
Yep.
Then 4s, 5s, and 6s. And when that alien die pops,
and so
rolls,
the more checks you have to make,
the more chances the alien starts can pop up.
I have to just show this because this immediately made me think of GURPS.
Yes.
Like the way the ship is.
The old school, showing all of the...
I also think Alien works so well because you don't actually have to do a lot of world building. Like, it's the opposite of world building.
Big brain acquisitions.
Right? And instead it's like, here's a ship, why are you on the ship, how did the alien get into the ship? Done. That's all you really have to come up with, and then you let the game tell the story itself. Like, you can have a whole big, like, larger than life kind of thing.
Campaign.
Yeah, but you can also just, hey, you are on a ship, there's an alien on the ship.
Survive the alien.
Yeah, why are you on the ship? How'd the alien get on the ship?
And what's also great about it is one of the classes or playbooks or whatever, I don't know what they call it, the company man. If the alien is attacking and the alien attacks you, if you're within arm's reach of another player, you can take their character and throw them in between you and the alien to get out of there.
Oh my god.
And it's like perfectly it's not Paul Rudd, what's his name? Paul Reiser. It's Paul Reiser's character of just like,
Okay, but
beat me.
I would love to see Paul Rudd in an Alien movie.
Yeah, that'd be pretty great. Playing Paul Reiser's character.
On the other end of the
Free League.
spectrum,
Yeah.
we've got the One Ring, which I've actually played one session of the One Ring. And
Prometheus was stupid because nobody succeeded on their rolls to sidestep the big wheel.
correct. But the One Ring is nice for those who really love the Silmarillion and are like, hey guys, did you know that like 90% of the cool stuff that happened in Middle Earth wasn't actually in the books? If that's you, it's perfect. And
it's also a game that really goes into the quieter moments of Lord of the Rings, meaning singing actually is important. Those moments of downtime where the characters are
weirdly
interacting.
enough, that even translates into the combat, because I was going through this section because I couldn't remember all the different things, but like one of the things you can do as an action is protect companion defensive stance, which lets you, the next successful roll aimed at the protected player hero loses dice on damage. Okay. They lose damage. But then you're like here and you're like, oh, council.
So
like,
the whole run a council meeting.
Exactly. And here's how to journey. And so like
I've heard it does all that very well. And it captures the books very well, and
yeah, it's also just
beautifully
laid out. You can't really see it. But
yeah,
it's got this gorgeous
all the script. And,
I forget what that's called. Like when it's on the market.
illuminated, kind of an illuminated manuscript kind of a thing.
And like the art, like this one, it's got that kind of not really like, it kind of reminds me of like Guild Wars. If you ever saw that style of art.
Yes.
And then Guild Ball
Van Art
also did it too. Yeah, where it's like it's
it's
like
almost
almost implied in colors,
Yeah.
instead of actually like drawn.
It's a lot
out.
of almost like, let's just use the concept art is already so good. Why don't we just use it?
Yeah.
And if you want to talk about the other end of the spectrum, we also got a reorder of Merkborg. Merkborg, and it is pronounced Merkborg. It has the umlaut over the
Merk.
O. Kakai Kataki is the concept artist for Guild Wars. Oh.
He also does magic cards as well.
Oh, cool.
I didn't know that. But thinking about it, some of those recent Strixhaven mystical archives are probably him. John probably knows more than me about that, but
Well, Merkborg is an OSR, old school Renaissance style game. It is very small. When you open this book up, all of the rules that you will actually need to reference are on the inside cover.
Yep.
Right there. Everything else is more or less like setting and a little bit more deeper mechanics. This is an acid trip when you look through it. It is basically, what if we took a 1980s metal album and made it a game, and every page is a cover from one of those albums. It is wild, to the point where they've had to release a plain text copy for people to be able to reference for the book, because the layout gets a little
I swear originally the title wasn't that legible. Like on the
maybe not. I have one of the originals. I'll have to go look.
And I just remember like trying to read it, and someone's like, "It's Morkborg," and I was like, "Oh, I see it."
Because Merk, M-O umlaut R-K, Merk, as in murky, and it stands for Dark Fortress or Dark Castle.
Yeah.
But anyway, this is the original that kickstarted a whole bunch of stuff, such as Pirate Borg. My friends have Merc Soul that just came out.
The Morkborg 5e adaptation that exists out there somewhere.
That completely gets rid of the whole idea. The whole thing about this is, are the 12 Psalms that are coming to pass, and the world will be ending. So it's a bleak, but kind of hilarious at the same time. Overly dark on purpose.
It's sort of like you and I were talking about, where something is campy because the setting itself is dark and horrible and scary, but
it's 40K in a way, right?
Yeah.
Where we've gone so far into overly dark and edgy that it kind of starts to whip back around to satirical.
And I mean, originally 40K, it doesn't come through as much anymore, but was this sort of satirical joke, right? And I feel like Morkborg is kind of the same, not to the same degree as early 40K,
right?
But yeah, it's a little satirical. It's a little like, it's not actually like World of Darkness is not satirical.
Oh no,
right?
No. Yeah, it's playing it straight.
And I feel like Morkborg is playing it a little less straight. It's not all the way to like,
oh, there's stuff where you have to go through this like putrid sewer, and the end boss at the end is like a giant slug person who all the feces that you've been going through this entire time of the sewer is theirs, that they've been excreting. So that's the kind of Judge Dredd and 40K are basically cousins.
I feel like Morkborg is more on the Judge Dredd line of satire and campiness than the 40K.
I think original 40K though.
Oh, original 40K was, even to me, more satirical and more ridiculous than Judge Dredd. Like, the whole point of orcs is they were originally soccer hooligans.
Yeah.
Right?
That's why they talk the way they do.
Yeah. They're supposed to be, what's that? What's the name of that accent? It's like...
Geordie?
No, it's like, starts with a CH, I feel like. It's like... Cockney.
Oh, yeah. Oh, you get.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But, John had us right in time with Cockney.
And then we kind of skipped, we also have a new board game. We're going to switch to board games. There and Back Again. The Hobbit. In a hole in the ground, there lived a hobbit, and that hobbit, aided by a wizard and a company of dwarves, had a plan and a path. So this There and Back Again is a 1 to 4 player board game, complete to create 1 to 4 players compete to create the most rewarding journey to the Lonely Mountain.
Yeah, it's
to reclaim the treasure.
It's a bit of a roll and write.
Yeah. It's got a dry erase board.
Yep.
It does look like it has multiple pages, maybe.
Yeah.
Okay.
I believe it has different scenarios you go through, and different scenarios score differently as you roll dice and like place things.
4 adventure guys, 1 rule book. Yeah.
Yeah. So, again, we've talked about before, almost every board game now comes with a solo mode available. This one's no different. It's very cutesy art. It definitely, whereas the One Ring is doing something serious, this is leaning
a little
into
more whimsy.
Yeah. I mean, which makes sense. It's
Well, that's the thing,
Hobbit,
right? It's like the original Hobbit was way more.
very whimsical.
Yeah, look at this fun, and it wasn't until Lord of the Rings where he had to go back and be like, I got to darken this up a little bit.
Apparently, the Pope recently quoted Gandalf in a speech against AI.
All right.
Way to go, Pope. Way to go, Gandalf.
Way to go, Chicago.
Go Bears!
Go Bears. And then we got these little fun puzzle games.
Yeah, I
Brain
was taking a
Train,
look at
Brain
these.
Waves, and the Happy Camper.
I actually recommended these to somebody because they're like, I'm looking to get, and I hadn't thought about this. Like, we're new to board games. Like, we've played Catan at a friend's house. We really want to get into it, but we don't want to spend $90 and not like it. And I pointed them to our demo games. I pointed them to
Sure.
Board Game Geek and resources and made some recommendations. But like, man, going for like, board games that are like even $50 or few and far between, and these are how much, Jeff?
$7.99.
So that was like
These little logic puzzles.
Like, it's hard if you can't get $8 of enjoyment out of it, burning it if you hate it. Like,
Yeah. These are like for 12 plus, so also good for middle schoolers. Talking about rolling right, little dry erase puzzles. They each all have little puzzle things on it, brain waves. So you put on your thinking caps with these beach-themed logic puzzles. So this is all beach-themed, train-themed,
and camping themed.
Yeah.
So some of them look almost like this. Kind of makes me think of Minesweeper.
Yes.
Which does actually have rules and is totally recreatable with tabletop. So I don't see
So there's 40 in each of these. So good also, especially as we're getting into summer, if you're going on vacation, your family wants to go off and do things, and you're not in the mood for whatever they're going off to do, break out.
Or my family was actually a board games while camping family. And I tell people that, and they're like, really? I was like, oh, we'd break out the lamps, and we were playing Risk in the middle of the desert by lamplight and firelight. And,
all right.
Yeah. And my mom did not hold punches. She would beat the ever-living what out of us.
And then speaking of going out camping,
Root.
we have Root, the
Not just
Homeland
Root.
expansion.
And not just the Homeland expansion.
Man, we also have
The Kickstarter bundle.
the
That's
Squires and Disciplines deck, or Disciples deck, and the Homeland Hirelings.
Yep, that's the whole Kickstarter bundle. We also have the deluxe clearing markers.
Ooh, yep.
We have the deluxe game mat. Like, it's another version of the map that I think is like a neoprene mat. And we've got like some of the other little extras from the Kickstarter. Selling like hotcakes.
Dude,
I know in like a single day we sold 6 online and like
Root
4 in store.
Is one of the most selling, I feel like, themed, not just board games, but the RPG, like a lot of Root stuff. It has Root. I know a lot of people are going to come get it.
It's interesting because it's the game I say I can convince anyone to play once and a select subset to play twice. Because the theme looks like it's cutesy, looks like it's low, like weight, and that is the dead opposite. So if you're, and I think some people are turned off by the theme who would like the mechanics. So if you're looking for something that is asymmetric, intense amount of replayability, lots of expansions to like customize it to how you like to play, and also like a nice kind of crunchy-ish game, that's perfect for me to Root.
All right. And then speaking of anthropomorphic animals, we have Bluey.
That one's probably for you to talk a little about. I don't know anything about Bluey because I don't have children.
You don't need children. I'm 100% do not need children to enjoy Bluey. But this is a shopping list game for 3+. This is definitely a children's game. But it's just a shopping list game where you go shopping with Bluey and Bingo and Bandit and Chili. You ride around through the market and find all the items. 2 to 4 players. So this is a game you play with your kids.
Yeah. Whenever I see 3+, my immediate thought is like young kids.
Yeah, it's very big pieces. It's just who can finish the shopping first.
Emily says it's one of her favorite shows.
There are...
I've actually heard that a lot.
4 episodes that make me bawl.
Yeah. So I was actually...
not because
my interesting story is... I watched the My Little Pony when it came out, but not because I was a brony, but because
you say you watched it when it came out,
the like newer one.
Yeah, all right.
Because I was babysitting a kid who loved it.
Okay.
And we would watch it. I would watch with her. And I was like, yeah, this is pretty good.
Yeah.
Pretty good kid show. And then I found out like there were a bunch of adults watching it. I was like, you know, I can see this. I can understand this. Like, it's a good show. But I just didn't get this because I like,
there's just a few episodes that tell me it was like, watch this one, and this one. One specifically, I think, like for adults, it's actually more about the mother and her relationship with her dad through the lens of her children. And it's her dad's getting older. He's not, but he lives out in the bush, and they're chasing the kids through the woods.
Because it's Australian, right?
Yeah. And so as he's getting older, Chili, his daughter, is getting worried about him. Well, he goes off with his granddaughters to go, run through the bush. And the mom is like, I used to go through the bush here when I was a kid. I know these like the back of my hand, blah, blah, blah. When she finally catches up with the grandfather and his grandchildren, their little kids are swimming in the lake. He's sitting on the dock, like, oh, I can't do this like I used to. And she sits down. Like, wow, it feels like yesterday that we were just out here. And the grandfather's like, yeah, it does feel like just yesterday. And it's from the behind, and the image shifts to her being a little kid again. And you're just like, ah! Why are you doing this to me? So, at any rate, it's a show that really...
I do love a show that with a good emotional gut punch. Like, Bob's Burgers is not necessarily aimed at, like, kids the same way. But it had people are like, oh, it's a funny burger, haha. You look at the people in it, but like there's one of the Christmas episodes that like Emily if she like hears me crying and she'll look and she'll see it's Bob's Burgers, she's like, Christmas episode. I'm like, yeah,
leave me alone. Yeah, Bob. That's a show that I did not think. I was like, oh, what is this crap? And then. Because it was that Fox, animated. And you're like, everything's trying to be
the funny thing is, especially the earlier seasons feel a lot more edgy, whereas like season 2 and onwards,
that's true. Hasn't been a parody.
Yeah, it hasn't. Like one of the things I love about it, because I still keep up with it, is that's a family who loves each other.
Yeah,
and that is that's more fun to me than like. Here's this family who all hate each other.
Complete dysfunction. Yeah.
Like,
it's a very 90s thing, though.
Yeah.
It's a very 90s holdover.
Even if you look at some of the reboots, like Malcolm in the Middle, have you watched the reboot of that? It leans a lot more away from the It's like, here's a dysfunctional family, but like more realistic. Like, they're dysfunctional because they're all people. Or like, like...
I almost watched the full thing of that one. I know it ends with them being like, we've the whole time been trying to get you, Malcolm. We're trying to get you out of here. You're the best of us. You need.
Well, and that's the premise of
because he's so smart, right? And
second series is the reboot. Is he did get out of there, but it's like now he has to reconnect with his roots because there's value to that.
Gotcha.
But like my wife watched Shameless, and like I just couldn't.
Oh, yeah.
I was like watching these people be miserable and hate each other is just.
Yeah.
I can't do it anymore.
Though United States of Terror is really good.
United States of Terror?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's an older show. Diablo Cody made it, who did Juno.
Okay.
And it's Toni Collette has DID.
Okay.
And it's basically just, let's watch Toni Collette be an amazing actress for like 3 seasons as she plays all these multiple personalities. One of them being a man named Buck, who ends up having another family entirely.
Oh wow!
It's a great show. Any rate,
And speaking of family dysfunction,
hey,
there's your segue
they
for
like
you.
that, especially because this is the Horus Heresy.
I mean, that is family dysfunction out the wazoo. I actually saw this funny meme that was like, therapist trying to fix the emperor, and it was like all these like uncanny faces of like, so you say you've been alive since the Neolithic era and like stuff like that. But we have
there we go.
a couple of
things with not too much. Unfortunately, our Cities of Sigmar release is delayed.
Yeah.
But we do have the new Spartan Prometheus assault tank, Legions.
Which you can guess what this turned into in 40K.
Is that the Rhino?
No.
Oh no.
Land Raider.
Oh, okay. I don't know those well enough.
Yeah.
But which faction?
Oh, this is just
Astartes.
Yeah. I mean, almost all of them can also be used for like chaos stuff as well.
Okay.
But then we have another tank as well.
Ooh.
The Falchion Super Heavy Tank Destroyer.
Which you can paint gray or green.
I mean, you can paint it whatever color you want.
No.
No.
It says yellow on the box and gray and green.
So I have bad news about your sisters then. We have to burn all of them.
Oh no! What have I done?
They don't match the box art. No, so this is just another like nice big tank for people who are big Horus Heresy players. You know, I find almost everybody wants like some sort of big tank. Like people don't like playing just infantry. People always want something that's, you know,
I don't.
you want to play the
different.
infantry, but like I find everyone is like, me, even you were like, the tanks and sisters are so cool.
Well,
right?
that's just because they're to me the reason why they're the best is because they really leaned into the aesthetic.
Well, that's why sisters are my favorite
Imperium
army. Yeah. I will say, Astra Militarum is growing on me a little bit, but if I had to pick one, sisters.
That kind of pseudo World War II-ish.
Yeah,
look.
I think it's some of the newer vehicles in particular that like lean more into that like World War II aesthetic that actually weirdly does it for me, even though I'm not like a big historical player and I'm not like a big World War II guy. Just something about like committing to an aesthetic matters, and
that's why AdMech also
very cool.
Leans it, and then that's why I've never been Space Marines. It's just like they all kind of. It seems like they're getting more distinct.
Well, like my favorite Space Marine kits are like the Blade Guard Veterans, which look like knights, or the Deathwing Knights, which look like knightly, or
Grey Knights seem to very much have a very like
strong aesthetic.
Yeah. All right.
But yeah, that's what we have for Warhammer. Although we are still getting some stuff in, it's just late, right?
It's just delayed. Yeah.
It's just late, yeah.
So when that happens, we'll talk about it probably next week. What's going on? Most of the stuff for this month is done.
Yeah.
Demo Day really is the next thing on the 30th.
Which is tomorrow.
Yes. So if you want to demo, what games do we have demoing?
Oh, I know we have BattleTech because Tyler's doing BattleTech.
Right.
I know we have Kill Team.
Old World,
I believe.
It's not as... There's a few more other games.
Infinity Halo? Was planned. Halo, I believe, was planned.
Yeah. It's all on the website. So if there's a few of those games that we mentioned that you're interested in checking out, please come on by. There are tickets to reserve spots, but if people just show up...
They can if there's an open slot at that time.
Okay.
But if you want to, like, if you're like, I'm just here to learn a new game, you can probably just show up and there'll probably be something open. But if you have if you're like, I really want to learn Halo, sign up through the website.
Yeah.
The tickets are free. You just have to.
It's a time slot. That
it's just signing up for a slot.
Trying to make sure I'm not missing anything else.
For this month, no, but we've got some
Women's
stuff.
Warhammer.
Oh, is that
on Sunday?
Oh, this Sunday? Yeah, that's technically still this month, the 31st. So May 31st, Sunday. I believe it starts at 6 p.m.
Okay. Runs till after store close?
Runs till after store close, and that's for women and gender non-conforming individuals to come and play Warhammer, because as much as we try to make it a friendly, all people are welcome environment at Gigabytes, we know it can be tough if you come in and you're the only woman or you're the only gender non-conforming person there to play Warhammer. So we're inviting those folks to come and have their own night. So, you know, I always find the goal of that is we want you to play with the greater community.
Okay, let's see.
Okay.
All right, it's gonna be really rough.
Yeah, sorry.
We're coming for there now.
Yeah, we lost batteries on our mics, so we're gonna have to talk a little loud. You can really see how different the pickup is on that.
But we can talk loud, and it's almost the end. So the things I wanted to cover, we do have two things. I know it's end of May, but let's talk about June real quick because we have 11Zs and Kill Team.
Yep.
That first in the first 2 weeks. So on the 13th is Kill Team, a small tournament there, and then 11Zs is a casual 11th edition tournament.
And I've talked to David. He said if the rules are not officially out and available by then, they're gonna go with everything we know about 11, and it's gonna be a mess in the best possible way.
Very casual tournament.
I mean, even if all the rules are out, what a mess it's going to be in the best possible way, just figuring it out together.
Yeah, so Kill Team on the 12th, 11Z's on the 13th. I think that's it.
I think that's it.
All right, thank you all very much. It's been a great rambles. We made it almost the full hour. That's it, yeah. All right. Oh, next month. Specials for next month.
Oh, specials for next month. We have quite a few. It's Pride and Warhammer month next month. We have a special burger that features mashed potatoes on the burger. We have a horseradish roast beef panini. We have a Frito pie, classic for those who know what that is. And then we have, I'm blanking on the fourth one, so you have to come in and find out. But also brand new drinks.
Ooh, summer drinks.
Summer drinks. So we've got a horchata latte.
Ooh.
We've got a coconut and chocolate frappe. So lots of cool new stuff. Come and check it out. We're always happy to have the new specials, and I was really impressed this month with what I put together. Yeah. Really happy.
Then when you gave me the barbecue
bacon, mashed potato burger.
I looked at Kai. I was like, "Now can I have because he gave me a sample. I was like, "Can I have the full one now?"
And I was like, "Next month."
All right, that's it.
Bye.
Bye.